Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly timeframes. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up. It's $30 a month, or click down here and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, we've been doing live streams every day. Come check us out. When you become a subscriber, you get the email alert, and come by, bring a symbol, we'll take a look at it, and use technical analysis and see which way these things can go. Alright guys, so we've been getting the beat down lately. Last couple of weeks has just been a brutal disaster for the markets, guys. Right here, I want to show you one thing here before we get into the other charts. Right here, guys, they gapped it up on that China news, and ever since they slapped the crap out of everybody, guys. Everybody loaded the house. What we did here at StockBookie, we went short. We're adding shorts right here. We added 7 or 8 of them right off the bat when this thing popped, and ever since, guys, we've been covering shorts, and we're actually going long now with calls. Small positions. I teach my members strict money management, and if you can't take any pain in these markets now, you have no business being in here, guys, unless you're short. So we've been covering short positions all the way down. Now we're putting on some risk with some call positions. Small. I took a bunch of them yesterday, the other day, and today, and we're going to see what we do. If we get the bounce off of these critical areas, we'll do well. If it doesn't, I know my risk when I took these trades. It will still be a loss, but a small loss, guys. I'm 100% transparent. Come to the website, guys. Sign up. Check it out, StockBookie.com. All right, guys. Facebook, daily chart, $8.45 down. God, what a beating. Oh, what was this? 56 million shares traded on a day, 6.33% down, and this one just keeps going lower, guys. We did crack this low. We had a nice up move, retrace to a down retrace to the low pivot, and we cracked and we closed below. It's a little bit weak, guys. I got to see more action coming on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the weekly close as well, and that will tell us a little bit more. I'm going to go right into the weekly though, guys. The weekly close. This one's a little bit more important anyways. If this keeps going, you're looking at 115. Alright guys, like I said, we're looking at this level, then we're looking at this one here at 106. And honestly, guys, we could probably get to $100. Man, markets are going, but not yet. I think we're still going to get a retrace higher. We're going to see on the government news, everything's by the government news and the China trade news and this news and that news, and it's kind of crazy, guys. You know, everything's driven by news right now, but you know, when time's up, it's pulling back. But you still, as a trader, as a technical trader, you got to take some levels for some possible bounces here, guys. We're going to pull this fib off. Let's go to this one here. We'll pull this up. Nothing there, so you got to go a little bit lower. This is the monthly chart. So I'm going to take the retrace from this nice little pivot here and see where we're at. Yeah, guys, so we're at the 618 as well. We could easily go down to 108.59 in the 100. If we go there, we're going to the 100 at least. So, again, market trade. IWM, Qs, DIA, SPY starts going higher, these will go higher. If the major indexes keep going lower, everything's going lower, guys. It's a market trade. So let's get back into the weekly. So weekly, again, we had a nice little retrace right back down. We're holding these areas, so we got to see next week's close on Friday. Man, I still think we're getting down here, but I hope we get one more retrace and then they flush these markets out. That's what we're kind of looking for. Again, though, these markets were going down. We were recovering shorts. We had like 29 in a row, and then we had 8 in a row when they popped it up on the China Fed, on the China news, and then when they dropped it in everyone's face, we added 8 positions that day and we rode them all down. So again, guys, be careful in these markets, small positions or no positions at all, especially if you're trying to buy this dip, guys. If you're buying this dip, you got to be getting killed right now. And usually people aren't using money management, so they're really getting slaughtered. So that can help exaggerate the move down too, guys. But daily chart, nice retrace at lows. We did close below. I got to see some more follow through with volume. If we do, then we'll probably be going lower. So, and these call positions I'm in, guys, I'll just cut them and be done with them. I'm willing to take up some risk. We had a ton of good ton of winners in the last couple of weeks. I got to put some risk out there coming into some good support levels, guys. But Facebook, guys, weak stock. This thing's coming down like a brick. I mean, it gapped down right here and never looked back. Now it's in a downtrend too. So it'll be interesting if we could break this trend or not and get above it. But again, short-term retraces if we go up. about 44 bucks, 45 bucks. If you get over that, or actually I'm going to say the 150 area, then you'll probably come back up to maybe 170 up in here. We'll see. We'll see if the bulls come back. Earnings are coming up next year, starting in January. So do we push up every year? We push up into into the earnings, except for 2016. I think we went down, or no, 2015 into 16 we were pulling back those couple weeks or whatever. I remember that because we were short on that too. But we'll see. We'll see if we get this bounce and go from there, guys. Let's go into Apple. Apple daily chart 150.37, guys, right there, 150 even number. You got the beat down. You're coming off a high pivot, bullish, bearish pattern here, just falling, guys, falling. Apple at 150. When this thing was hitting 235, everyone was, oh, it's going to 300. It's at 150. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Man, we just bought some Apple yesterday and today. Some call positions. We're going to give it a shot. Good support down in this area, guys. Got to give it a shot as a technical trader. You're right in this low pivot. Huge support there. I'm looking for only a short term. One little bounce and then probably back to more selling. We're going to really keep an eye on these markets, guys. Get a little bit stretched from the 20. Key support. You got to step up with Apple. Have to. I haven't been buying the dip, so I got some. The only problem though, guys, we're so close to this 200 MA right here. We are taking positions January 18th, so we have a little bit of time. Not much in these markets. You getting any calls and you get markets like this, 2 days later you're getting crushed. We are getting crushed in some of the positions, but slow and steady. You got to know your share size, guy. Not your share size too if you're taking shares, but you got to know, one contract, two contracts at the most. If you have $100,000 account right now, don't risk more than $1,000. If you lose $1,000, it's 1% of your account. If you lose $2,000, it's 2% of your account. Don't be going $10,000. You're going to lose 10% of your account. Slow and steady, or just sit out, guys. These are brutal markets until we hit some major support. We start hitting 141. I've been calling 120, guys, ever since this thing's been going up for the last year, 2 years. 120 gap fill. There's a huge gap fill down here. And here I'll go back to the daily. Where is it? Right there. Look at that gap fill, guys. We're coming back there. I'm telling you right now, 120, and we're almost there. I was telling everyone 120 when it was like 180. Go back to my videos. 120. Not too far away now. Looks like we might actually get there now. Everyone's like, "Ooh, wow, that was a pretty good call, dude." But yeah, it's good support here at 141. I don't know if we'll ever make 120, but if this 140 area cracks, we are going to 120. We might even go lower, guys. But it will give us a great buying opportunity as well. So that's what we're kind of looking for. We're looking for buying areas right now. We're slowly going into some positions. Minimum risk. I tell my members that all the time. Minimum risk. Yeah, that's not bad right there. Look at that. Look at that trend line, guys, with the 120 with the gap fill. So keep an eye on that one, guys. Weekly chart looking weak. We're going for that target price. I've been telling everyone too in my videos. 200 MA is the target price on the weekly for everything. Here we are. Guess what, guys? Let's look at Amazon, 200 MA. If this one comes in on the weekly, guys, markets are freaking done. Look at that. Everything's coming to this target. Look at Amazon, guys. It's marching. It's marching to this target. This is like the turd, and this is the fly, guys. Here it comes. Fly's going to land on the turd. But next week, if there's any save in this market, this has got to bounce back up and close above this pivot. We're back into these pivots down here, so we still have good support, but we still have a small gap fill here, and then we have the double bottom here at 1266. I've been calling 1350 for a while. It's even up here, 1350. It's coming. Where are we at, guys? I think the low of the day where it was 1363, pretty close on Amazon. But if this thing continues going, it's going to 1,000, guys. I'll tell you that right now. But Amazon weekly chart, $83 down, a little bit down after hours. What is it, 13 million on the day and 5.71% down, guys. They're just taking everyone to the cleaners. Everyone's trying to buy the dip, guys, and they just keep taking it lower. So again, if you're trying to buy the dip, small positions, and if it starts to flush, you just got to cut them. If you take calls, if you can handle a couple $100 loss, then buy one contract, a couple $100. If it goes to zero, so be it. It is Amazon. Next thing you know, you get 100 up, 100 up, 100 up, and we're right back to here. So it could go either way, guys. Right now, good support. A little bit lower at 1350 or so at that pivot, but the next area will be 1300, then 1267. If this starts moving up, you got to recapture 1420 first. Now I could take this fib out a little bit further now if we don't take it out. And then you got to get over like 1468, 1500, 1522, and so on and so forth, guys. And then the ultimate goal, if you are a bull, you got to get back above these moving averages on the weekly time frame. The daily, a little bit different. We're starting to crack this area. If we follow through on Monday and close below the low of this day, then we can have some more selling pressure, guys. We had a pretty good volume day, but we did not reverse. We didn't do anything. So keep an eye. You know, it is the government shutdown and all that stuff right now, so they're throwing that out there. So that's kind of the wild card right now to see what possibly can happen. You know, there's always a wild card. First it was oh man. First it was so we'll be looking at this one, looking at areas. I kind of lost my train of thought though, guys. But anyways, you know, we got to get back above here. If we do follow through, we will go lower. We got some volume today, but I would have loved to have seen a push up and close above here. We're still in a channel though down here. If you look at this, let's put this in there. Gosh, we went over it. We did a great live session today, guys. Couple hours looking at stocks. You know, everyone's kind of like, wow, what the hell is going on here? And it is. It's pretty nasty, guys. Again, if you can't handle these losses, don't be in these markets. There might be a lot more pain coming. But you're into this bottom. You did crack this low. The channel is kind of out of play to a certain extent now, but you're still holding these lower lows. And then this pivot up in here. You know, you had a gap fill here. You had the low pivot down in here. So you still have a little bit of savings grace, and you got a gap fill. I'm going to stick this in here. You have a gap fill right around 1341 as well. And then you got the low pivot down here, which is at the 1265. So we're not that far out, guys. You know, unbelievable. You know, when they turn the lights out, guys, that's it. We got a nice retrace is short, and now we're trying to go long, small positions. Well, that's what I was saying. So if you're willing to take a couple $100 loss, guys, just take one contract. Amazon's a little bit tougher, usually in about 1,000 range. But if you can't take a $1,000 loss, don't take the option, guys. And having a stop on it, for most people, it doesn't matter. They just let it go to zero. But yeah, that's why it's easier. Take a $300 option, knowing that it could go to zero, and you're done. If you can handle a $300 loss. If you can't, don't take any trades. That's what I teach my members, guys. So Amazon, guys, everything kind of finding support. We'll see if it holds going into next week. Who knows? News is driving the markets at this point. NFLX, guys, this is another one getting a beat down. We're looking at this one today in the live session. Got a slight head and shoulder here, guys, and it is playing out. If it does play out, Netflix is going to 177, guys, and then maybe lower. You got some big gap fills down here, some nice pivot points here. This could possibly go lower, so be very careful in these trades. If you're a member trying to take calls, then be careful, but you do have a gap fill down here too as well as 227. You have good support coming up. Okay, if it doesn't bounce though and start slapping through these areas, guys, it is going to 177 and possibly lower if the markets are selling. Right now, if you're going counter trend trades, trying to catch some buy to dip moments, guys, go small, and the SPY and everything else has to catch a bid. If we keep going down, it doesn't matter what stock it is, they're all going lower. So keep an eye on that. But right now we're into some pretty good areas. Gap window, 750 retrace on Netflix. Let's see what we give it next week. We get next week. And here's the target again, though. What do we talk about? Weekly chart, 200 MA. And look where the head and shoulder takes us, guys. Right to the 200 MA. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. So watch for that too. Again, if we still sell, you're trying to buy the dip, go small, or just sit here. If we start getting to these key areas that I'm showing you guys, these are the areas for the bounce. If you do get a bounce, then you're probably looking at 300 on here, maybe wherever the 20 MA is, Carl's in the price, maybe 320, maybe. But man, they got to start giddy up. And right now, today they just killed this one. 14 bucks down, 5.45% in the red. 21 million shares traded. Man, everything's coming in, guys. Be very careful, guys. Oh my gosh, this is crazy stuff. For us, it's good. We covered some shorts all week and putting on some calls now. Buying small positions. We got a lot out of them. But you know what? When I'm pumping out trades for my members, you don't have to take all of them. Take one or two. Or you could take all of them, but know your risk. One contract, two contracts. Sometimes we'll add. If the contract's $150 and if it goes down to 50, we'll add. Knowing that, hey, you can still go to zero. You got a $200 risk. Okay, cool. I'm good. Right now, it's like the casino. They're taking everyone's money right now. We can easily turn up and rally for 2 weeks. Or we can easily come back and be down at these 200 MAs on all these charts. So be very, very careful, guys. Volume was pretty good today. Let's go to the daily. Daily, a little bit ugly. Got to get back above this pivot. You got to hold this area if it does come back to the 240, 238, and then possibly get a bounce. You're out of this channel now. You've been going up and down, up and down. Now you're getting shorter term retraces. Man, we're a little bit more up on these guys. We would have had more of these trades short. Just didn't give us good retracing right back down to the lows. Ugly close though, but let's see what it gives us next week on Netflix. And then Google L, guys. Google L daily chart, $32 down, a little bit down after hours, 3.16% in the red. And this one had 5 million shares traded. Again, just like the rest of them, we cracked this low. This is the part where they get oh my gosh, everyone's selling here, guys, going, oh my gosh, that's it, I'm done. $1,000 is the big area. A lot of times on some good selling, it will overshoot and stop. And then the next day kind of bounce up and try to get above that if it's trying to be saved. If this continues lower, Google L will be going a lot lower, guys. Still up to the markets, guys, the SPY, the IWM. If that starts rallying, these will go higher. If those all continue moving down, not good for the markets at all. You did hit these areas, though, right in here. Around 976 to 984. Good support, so watch for that. If we could get back above this trend line next week, tall task, guys. But if we do, if they could grind it out, maybe the light volume, the holiday week, we could possibly get back above there. Maybe. That's a key trend line. We broke out of that, came right back in. We're retesting it, and see how it's hitting it? Bouncing. Then they finally get it up on the news, then it comes right back in, guys. Every uptick is being met with more selling pressure. You get selling pressure on the indexes, everything's going lower. So keep an eye on that. Again, volume was pretty good this week, probably the most in a little while since this little sell-off here. And let's keep watching the volume, especially on the SPY. That's what we're watching, even on all the indexes, guys. Got to keep an eye on that. So again, guys, this is our weekly update at StockBookie.com. Come by, sign up, $30 a month. Come to our live sessions, check us out. We've been ripping it up lately, so right now we're buying some calls, taking on some risk, getting beat up a little bit. These markets are tough, but we got most of them out to January 18th, so we got a little bit of time on these. If we do get a rip up rally, we'll get paid on them. If not, I know my risk. If it does continue lower, I will just cut those positions. If not, they'll just go worthless, and I'll be stepping up at the 200 MA if we get down there. So there'll be more levels where we'll be stepping up for buying. Right now, again, we're waiting for a retrace to short. If it comes crashing down, then we'll be looking to go long. Either way, guys, getting a little bit ugly. Keep an eye on your positions or no positions at all. That will save you a lot of money in these markets or markets like this. So, all right, guys, thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.